Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is really, I made a couple of videos about this today, but I started looking at it closer and there's some garbage going on, and it'd be so easy to fix. So what we're gonna do, first of all, I like working, I'm in the center of the page, I hit P, but I also like working straight up and down instead of doing this. So we're gonna show you how I would do this. I'm gonna grab an indexing line and hit P. Don't really need one the other way, but I will. Now I'm gonna take my object and I'm gonna rotate it, and I'm gonna try to rotate it till both my center holes are in the center of the indexing line. And we're not there yet, so we're gonna double click and we're gonna make it, let's try 30 degrees. Let's try 32 to see which way we're going. We're going the wrong way, so let's go 29. That's too far. 30. How about 29 and a half? That's pretty good. How about 29.75? That's close. Let's look at the bottom. See how close we are to the center of the bottom. For the video, that's going to be good enough, and it probably would be good enough regardless. But I'm going to unarrange this guy, ungroup it, and I'm going to get rid of that circle. And that, see, there's the problem right there. We got a little bit of a piece of garbage. So there's a circle. I'm just going to get rid of them. I'm going to make this thing more uniform, a lot better looking. It won't take but just a second. And if you think we have 6 deals, so it's going to be 60 degrees. I want them in the same area. So I'm going to zoom in here. I keep grabbing a indexing line. So I'm going to zoom in here, and that circle's not that bad. Matter of fact, we could probably unlock this ratio and make it 0.07 by 0.07. Still not even. We could draw another one a lot easier. Just take the ellipse tool, and I'm using somebody else's program that sent me a file earlier. So I need to change this to a hairline and go ahead and change it to red and RGB. I was doing some work for somebody yesterday and came in as that. And now we can kind of put that thing right in the center. We're gonna grab our black one now. We don't really need it. And you can see right down there, it says black, so we know we're on the right one. I don't like this. It's not symmetrical. We're gonna make it symmetrical. It's not bad. I'm gonna turn it to red, and I'm gonna Control D, and then I'm gonna mirror it. It's so far off, you can't really do that. So there's a couple ways to do that. I'm gonna just, for a second, I'm gonna nudge it out of the way. 0.5, I don't know how big it is, but it'll go out of the way. I had 2 copies on in there. And I'm just gonna take my favorite drawing tool, which is my 3-point curve, and I'm gonna just do this, and then just make a line kind of in the center. And I'm drawing in that, so I'm gonna show you how to stop that. Without anything selected, go down here, change your graphic drawing pen to a hairline, RGB, and red, and hit OK. Now when we draw, we're gonna get a red hairline. I'm gonna start about there, and then move this up. I'm not very symmetrical. Let's back up here. That looks pretty good. Control D and make a duplicate of that guy. And then ever so slightly, just move it down. Take your shape tool, and let's move this one to this point, this one to this point, and then let's move this up. Let's move this one up a little bit. Let me get rid of these. They've got a little bit That's more of a curve. I like theirs better. But I'm just going to get out of the way for a second. Don't hit the calculator, hit the delete button. Let's bring this one down. We actually need to get the shape tool and just bring it down where it's not quite as a curve. Yeah, that makes it look a lot better. Grab them both. Let's put them in the center. And we can wait till the very end to put it in the center. Control D and make a duplicate of that guy. Holding down the shape tool and bring that one down. And that looks pretty good. To seal everything up, I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. I'm going to move it out of the way for a minute and get rid of our lines. Now I'm going to left click, right click, and how I'm going to get it in the center of the page, I'm just going to hit P. It put it in the center page right down here. I'm going to start moving, and then I'm going to hold down the control button. I'm in the center of the page. Come on, zoom tool. And I'm going to change my nudge factor 1/2 of an inch, so it's just, well, that's too much. Let's go 0.1. Nudge this guy down. That looks pretty good. We're a little more symmetrical. His head's not symmetrical. Then here's the good part. You're done. Control D and make a duplicate. Double click on the guy and put it to the center of the page. Rotate him 60 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, and the product is finished. I would select the whole thing. It says several hairlines. We'll just make it red, and now all your lines are red, or it should. Well, you'd have to select everything and do that, but you get the point. And it doesn't really matter because they are black hairlines. And just looking, everything else looks pretty good. Anyway, I hope that was helpful at some point, and thank you for watching.